2, 1.
No, wait, all right.
Hello, world.
Wait already. What's up, guys? Long time no sees.
Yes.
We've been away for a little bit.
It's just last week. I think we had like week on, week off type thing.
Yeah.
But we're back.
Week off.
I
Mr.
think,
Miyagi.
as far as we know, we should also be back next week, which is good.
Yeah.
Less cheese, Swiss cheese looking stream schedule coming
Yeah.
up. So that's good. But yeah, if anyone wants to say hi, if you're in the chat, please do.
Hello.
If you've been here before, you know what we do. We give you feedback as detailed and constructively as possible on your music. So whether that's stuff that you're working on in progress, kind of the best time to submit stuff so that you can make changes before it goes out to the masses. And if you have stuff out, especially if you got something you're really super proud of, you might have a chance to get top tier track down there, which would get us on our playlists on Apple Music, Spotify, and SoundCloud, and our Instagram, so you get featured there. But again, always encourage rough track stuff that you're working on, things you need help with, need ideas, suggestions, send that our way. And the little link is up there, and we can throw it in the chat too. You want to do the honors with your button there?
Which button?
I
Fuck.
don't know.
Wait. You said Instagram?
The fun
I don't have a
button.
button. Oh, feedback. Of course.
Yes, that one. Perfect. And
yeah, use that form, fill it out, send your song, and we'll get to it. We'll put you on the queue.
Yeah, we had a few folks skip the queue last week, which was cool.
Yep.
So they got
Shut
reviewed, and they skipped over a few people. So
How did they do
hopefully
that?
that won't be you.
Yeah.
Yes, the
They
tip
use the
to
tip
skip is in the chat as well. So if you want to be reviewed first, then you can just do that, $5 minimum, and we'll get right to you.
Otherwise, we have a queue.
Otherwise, we have a queue. Yes, you want to read it?
We have 4 people in the queue right now. We got Zilla, Jokerhead, Doc OF, and then Reg Mason. So we typically get through like 5 to 6. So we have a couple spots open for the free queue still. If you guys submit right now, we could probably get to you today. If you want to go right now, use that tip, $5 minimum. We'll get you ahead right now. But if you guys want to wait, there's still free spots open. So yeah, cool. Otherwise, I guess we'll just go ahead and start. There's 3 people. What's up? Shout out in the chat. Say what's up. Give us your music. We want to listen to it.
Yes.
I think it's the best experience when the chatters are, or when the music people, the musicians, are in the chat as well, so we can give that live kind of back and forth. It's always
Yeah.
good.
Or if you don't have music, just poke in and put some letters in the chat.
Oh yeah, bro. Here, let them know. Feedback from every source is good feedback. So,
yes.
You ready?
Yeah.
Shameless plug.
This
is Shameless Plug by Zilla. It's a finished release. Yeah, we'll see what the song's like. It's a finished release. There's no project description, so it seems like it's a shameless plug. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it's good. You ready?
Nice. Let's do it.
All right, shameless plug, prod by Xenosynth. 3, 2, 1.
I want y'all to keep in mind, this track has no fucking ad-libs whatsoever. So, like, shut the fuck up and listen.
It's like a deep fried.
A little bit.
That bass is
kind
like
of a cool
so,
texture.
for sure.
Hit on the bitch like bang, I'ma scream help, call it for Mayday. I'ma nut on her face, I'ma spin it back just like a Beyblade.
Yeah, I was gonna say it.
I'ma catch green just like a payday. Hate that fucking hoe, but she still texting me, hey babe. That bitch is a dipshit, she on top my dick tip. Nut up on her face and then you know I had to dip quick. I'm with all the homies, now she acting like a misfit. Don't want any smoke, but you know I make a wick split. That bitch give me brain, got that bitch looking like Megamind. Talking on the crew, but that bitch ain't no friend of mine. Bitch on team in time. Last thing they expected was for me to pop landmine. Knock, 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 bitch, open up your door. That bitch sucking on the gate, so I put him on the floor. Oh my god, what the fuck they fucking with my flow? If you want more of this, then check out all my music on all platforms. Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube as well. Like, Apple Music's a thing. Like, just check out my music. I promise you it's worth it. You won't regret it. It's not a waste of your time, totally. Yeah.
All right, I'm curious what you think about this, Josh. Go ahead, weigh in.
Dude, I think Zilla's in the chat.
What?
Yeah, crazy. That's
W me for real. Hey man, I like the confidence for sure.
yeah, welcome.
Godzilla. Oh, that's a cool name. Okay.
That is cool. Yeah, thanks for being here. We're glad that did you find out in Discord, or did you just remember to meet us here or Twitch notify you?
Indeed, gang notes.
Cuz yeah, no, it's great that that you're here to listen to our feedback
Yeah,
because you
man, for
submitted this
sure.
2 weeks ago. So,
Yeah, yeah. And shouts out to you, the release. We got you. I remembered for show. Fuck yeah,
nice.
man.
Add it to the calendar, I see.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Weigh in, chat. What do you guys think? We're gonna give our 2 cents, 3 cents,
Yeah,
maybe.
everybody roast this guy.
Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, we didn't say yet, but unleash the hounds.
Feedback
Do it.
constructively, constructive
Yeah,
roasts.
yeah, yeah, yeah. What do you got, Josh? I'm curious.
Uh
I'm kind of around the amount of attention it got before y'all got to it is sort of insane. What do you mean?
with the views and shares and all that stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've gotten over. Well, yeah, it's like released what 2 weeks ago? No, no, three
Well,
weeks.
it was a little
23rd
before
Disney.
that. It was like a week before, 2 weeks
Right,
before.
right, right, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. What do you mean? I mean, it looks like yeah, pretty decent play count. 341, 31. People reposting it. People liking it. It's fire. Congratulations. But yeah, what you got, Josh? First impressions, vibe.
Uh, I thought it was pretty cool, honestly. Like
Yep.
at first, I was a little skeptical because it was kind of loud, but I don't think that was really an issue.
Yep.
Um, it's I think for the style, like it not having a ton of dynamic range is fine. It's kind of that like compressed, distorted, like purpose, like tasteful kind of deep fried, as you said.
Yeah.
It doesn't really like come across to me as deep fried. It's more like tasteful distortion and compression,
Mm-hmm.
and I actually like the sort of sonic like profile of it.
Mm-hmm.
I also was like impressed with partly the way that the vocals were like produced and how mid forward they are, and with that sort of light like distortion on them,
Mm-hmm.
made them like come across really clearly, and they sounded like they sat in the mix super well, and it was all kind of one,
How
texture.
the hell is there no distortion on it? Anyway, sorry. Continue.
No distortion filters on it. Is it from the other stuff around it that's giving the sort of impression that there's distortion on it?
Nah,
Maybe.
bro, he just has a shitty mic. I called it.
Oh my god, you really called it.
That's funny. But anyways, continue. Continue.
Well,
Continue.
probably also the vocal delivery style, sort
What's
of
up, Jokerhead?
that like splatty, like
Oh
throaty
yeah,
delivery thing that
he's
sort
screaming,
of
bro.
sounds like distortion.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just that again, the way that it was mixed, produced, or it sounded. Yeah, the sampled white noise from the beat that can like add to that impression too, because it all kind of like mixes together. Um, yeah, you can have like one element that sort of sheds some of its attributes onto another, and it's it's your brain doesn't really know what it's hearing in separate tracks, but it made it so that the lyrics were very like apparent, like they really jumped out, and I think just
Nut, nut, nut. Sorry.
just like the
Yeah,
writing too,
it's pretty nutty. Yeah, pretty nutty.
being funny and having some like pretty clever like rhyme schemes and stuff.
Sure, sure,
I
sure.
thought it came across like really strongly. It wasn't being obscured by the rest of the track or a bunch of stuff that didn't need to be there. It was kind of just highlighting the maniacal nature of the vocals and the writing. But
Yep.
yeah, what do you think?
Are you familiar with XXX Tentacion, Josh?
Sort of, not really. It's not really my vibe.
Got it. Well, this was like his vibe, like when he started out. Like this is
Yeah,
like the kind of stuff, and I see Zilla's a fan of
I
it
could
too.
see
Even
that.
where, yeah, like he tagged it back down there. So like, yeah, I'm like used to this sound, and I love this sound as well. And I see that they're heavily influenced by it, and I think they serve it well. Um, but I guess me coming from that more seasoned spot, I feel like I've heard it. Like I wasn't like everything that you said was valid. Like yeah, it's a tasteful way to do distortion. It's very high energy, very minimalistic in terms of melody. It's just like this fat 808 that's like distorted with this 8-bit crusher and stuff. I think me personally, I wanted to have a little bit more of a oomph in the bass section. I think it might have been a little bit too distorted. I just wanted some
I
more
agree.
oomph
Yeah,
with it. Um, but yeah, I think he did justice to the style as well. But yeah, just me like being very familiar with it already. Like I wasn't as like seeing like, oh, this is like a new novelty kind of thing. It's like, yeah, I've heard this before. That being said, I think like the vocal delivery is fire. It's fun. It's silly vocals, just nutty. If I had to pick a perfect adjective for it, um, very vivid, very visual. Unfortunately, um, but yeah, I think they served their purpose. I know it's called shameless plug, and I know you shameless plug at the end of it, and it's supposed to be cringe, but I couldn't help but cringe at there as well. I think that's like what you intended. So yeah, yeah, I think it's pretty decent. It sounds like they got a better mic now too, so that's good. But I mean, it fits this kind of song. I think maybe a little bit the vocals got buried by the beat, but I don't think people are listening to this to have the best kind of like signal quality. It's just for the energy, and maybe like the funny kind of bars. So yeah, I cringed super hard at the end myself. I mean, yeah, but this is what you did. Like you intended that. It's called shameless plug, right? Meaning it typically would invoke shame. So I guess you were off the beam while recording it, but like now you're back on the beam. Or I
I
guess
will say about that part, like, I thought the way that you led into the, like, self-plug part of it was kinda clever, and but then I thought that it was gonna, like, keep going kind of, like the song itself, like, it was just, like, a brief, like, pause to sort of self-plug, but then the plug kept going on, and then the song ended, and that was a little bit of a letdown. Like, I sort of would have liked if it was maybe buried. I think that that place in the track was fine, but then there's like nothing to like look forward to after that.
what's up,
So
Goey?
it kind of just felt like it cut the track off, and then we had to listen to like
It was
another
just a beat
30,
after that.
yeah,
Yeah.
another 30 plus seconds of kind of lackluster like beat. It wasn't super exciting after that. So
Mhm,
I get what you're doing there. I just think it was maybe a little bit too much length of when it's like self plug and then like energies sort of died.
mhm.
Even if you just went back into the beat a little bit after that, or just made it the self plug part shorter, like I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I think he could have just cut it off right after. I think that would have been fine.
Yeah, that probably would have been fine too.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, getting like a what is it? Godzilla, you're in the chat. Do you listen to Comethazine at all? I get a little bit of Comethazine vibes too.
Is that a drug?
Comethazine? No,
It
he's a
sounds
rapper.
like it.
He's a rapper. He's like very like angry sounding and like kind of sinister sounding and yeah, yeah, yeah. He doesn't. I don't think he does this distortion type of thing, but like yeah, it's just
Mhm.
similar. I think. But anyways, overall vibes. What do you got?
For score,
Yeah.
I think like out of the categories, this might actually be my lowest, just because like I like it generally. It's not going to be a low score, but I don't know if it's totally my kind of vibe necessarily. But I see what you're doing, so I think I'm going to say like an 80 between develop and good to go for vibes.
Yeah. What am I at right now? I think it is pretty decent. I don't. I guess I don't particularly like the shameless plug part, which is a big part of the song's identity. uh, it's like also just doesn't seem related to what he was talking about before, like all the funny bars, nut, nut, nut.
True.
This stupid bitch, like just just like not perfect. What is it like? Pure, just
There was
misogynistic
sort of a
trash that it's like
segue. There
that
was a
it's
bit of a
supposed to
segue
be.
because it was like, "You want more of this?" And then it, like, was the self-plug part, right?
Oh, sure, one
It's kinda,
bar,
like,
yeah.
violent and rambunctious, and then it's like it's sort of segued into it, but
It's
then,
all,
yeah, the
yeah,
self-plug was a little long.
it's all shameless
And it was
stuff.
a different
But
kind of vibe. I mean, maybe it's supposed to be like that, right? It was, like, high energy, sort of extreme, a little bit violent,
no, yeah, for
and
sure,
then it
yeah.
goes into, like, "This is a self-plug, like, here's my like, all my handles and stuff."
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. I'm in no way doing like the what is it? Politically correct police. Like I'm just saying for what it is. Like stupid bitch nut 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 on her face, need her mouth here right now. It's like, come on, like what else is that? Like let's be
yeah,
real. It's fine, you know?
yeah.
And it might not be for a lot of people, but I think everybody can take it for what it is. It's not really serious, you know? But yeah, like I said, I've heard this like kind of before. There's kind of greats in the genre that I think do it the best. And while they, while I think they did, they did a decent rendition of it. I didn't think it was like particularly something that blew me away. So I think I'm a slightly lower score. It's like decent. So I put it maybe like 70 between green and yellow. That's where I'm feeling right now. Content, what do you got?
I was just gonna say welcome, Jokerhead,
Yeah, Joker going
Juke,
crazy.
and Gowie. Welcome to the chat. Welcome back. I think Jokerhead, we've got you coming up probably next, which is cool.
When you say tea towel, is that my red towels that you're talking about?
Yeah, he's trying to
Or
get you to fold one of them, or
I
maybe
think
the
I should.
one. Maybe he's looking at the thing on your upside down coffee table.
I don't know, bro. I got my life's in shambles right now.
There's
Don't listen to
fabrics
me.
everywhere.
Yeah, but
Nice.
anyways,
But yeah, welcome guys. Jokerhead thinks that I'm gangsta, so that's cool.
you off the
Don't know where
bean.
that came from.
Yeah, you have the bean on that one.
Yeah. But yeah, so for content, again, I think it was well written for what it is. I think it accomplished its sort of mission, aside from maybe that sort of extended self plug part at the end, shameless plug. That I don't think it's bad or out of place, especially what this song is called. I just think it was a little bit long and it kind of detracted value from the rest of the track because it went on for too long.
Hmm.
So that's my main thing with content. Otherwise, I think it was artistically sound, the way that it was written, it fit into the style well. Um, your schemes all made sense and whatever. A little bit violent, that's okay. A
Violent
little aggressive,
is more just nutty. It's more
hyper.
messy.
Yeah, yes,
Just yeah.
true.
Uh,
But I think
which
because
got an audience. Yeah,
it
it's an audience.
achieves like what that audience is probably looking for, and it's structured well. It's well balanced. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna give it like an 85 between yellow and green for content.
True. Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. I think if you hit me when I was going through this era with that song, I would be like much more like for like not forgiving, but like I'd be like much more hype about it. But now I'm just like, oh, I've been going through this crisis, like, oh, what are these songs even about, like anymore, And then shameless plug, there's no relation to it until the very end, where it's a shameless plug, and it makes even the artist cringe, and I cringe too. And at the beginning of it, it's fun, nut, all this stuff. Energy is great. I just, yeah, I don't know. I'm just like about it, to be quite honest. But I think there is a lane for it. Like it's just like might not be me personally, but I'm getting old, so it might not be your audience anyways. So yeah, can I see people going crazy in a mosh pit like this? Like that'd be awesome. What happened?
This is you Joker head wrote.
You know, Kenji is it's about bad bitches, hoodies, graffiti, and shit. No, it
It's
wasn't
a
at
good
all,
description
bro.
of hoodies.
Hoodies.
That's so funny.
Nah, bro, it was not about that. Half of it was about nutting, and it's like, all right, but
It's the
yeah,
same realm.
no, it's not. It's not. So yeah, like for what it is, it's not even that serious of a song. Even it's just mostly about energy and fun. So maybe I should get out of the I want to say old head vibe now. God, I'm old head.
I
But
wish it was more classical in nature and there were more violins.
no, not a. I mean, violent. Yeah, like there's a difference between like I'm gonna I can't even like do this, but like some vivid violent act that like makes sense in a string of things versus like just nutting on people. You know what I mean? Like
Both are illegal in some cases.
which scene is like like oh a shootout's happening or like oh man I'm
No,
like
yeah, it's not like
behind
that.
the yeah or like
Uh,
I'll
uh,
slice this guy's head off.
Violence not the right word. Like more, it's got an
It's
aggressive vibe.
graphic.
It's
It's graphic.
aggressive.
Yeah, it gets the people going.
It's graphic and but also has an
It's
aggressive
just
tone.
it's also funny too. Yeah, it's also
Well, I think that's the point.
yeah, but it's like yeah, I'm at
Oh shit.
content. I'm at like 69. That's a great score for this. I think green and
Jokerhead,
yellow.
Jokerhead's
69.
floating ultra violence. He says he'll see himself out. You're
No,
welcome
yeah,
to submit a new song.
yeah.
I
You're
mean,
welcome. You're welcome to withdraw your. No, I'm just
what
kidding, bro.
what do
We're
you
here
got
for it.
cooking?
I'm here for it. But yeah, 69 for me. Production. What do you got?
Yeah, and then for production, I think it's pretty good, honestly. I think it's like things fit in where they should. I mostly felt like the level of the vocals was actually fine relative to the track. I didn't think there was too much going on. Um, Again, you've got kind of that aesthetic down with the sort of compressed, almost like band past ish distorted thing, which is cool. And yeah, although I will say we mentioned this already with production, but uh, your bass is like too crushed. It's not doesn't have enough bass
Two
left
bit
in it.
crushed. Yeah.
Yeah, when the more crushing and processing and distortion generally that you do to low end frequency content instruments,
Yeah.
the more they lose that low end frequency content because it gets converted into smaller wavelengths, usually like smaller sort of jagged waveforms that are distortion. And at the high end of compression, it sort of turns into distortion as well. So
Yep.
yeah, you need more low end. You could do something with parallel compression if you still want that distorted vibe on the bass. But yeah, that's I think that's the main production advice.
Mr. HP, the
All the
Mr. President.
sauce. What does that
What are
mean?
these descriptions? I mean, I like it. The 10 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? How we doing?
Are
Good,
these just
man.
our
How you
nicknames
doing?
now?
Yeah, I'll take it. He's buttering us up. Did you submit a song?
I don't
We
see
wanted
one.
some Gowie. You just stopping by, saying what's up.
Just being
Appreciate it.
nice.
Yeah, nicely done. Um, did you
Oh,
give a
you
score
sent
for
one?
production?
Uh, Gowie, what's the artist name of the one that you sent? Because we don't see one in the chat. I mean, in the
About
queue.
about 10 minutes ago. Yeah, the last queue or last submission I see is Reg Mason.
Yeah, that's weird.
Did somebody give you a different link? Uh-oh. Is our
Uh,
link broken?
no.
Anyways, yeah. So production, I agree. I think for the most part, this might be my highest score actually because I do think it sounds pretty much what he was going for. Aside for like the small point about the kick, maybe the vocals I thought could be a little louder, but it matched the timbre of the track pretty dang well. Even with like a shitty mic as they call it, like yeah, they nailed it on that production point there. So yeah, I don't think I can really knock it too much on production. I think it'll be my highest score for real. So that being said, production wise, I think I'm at like 85 to yeah, I would say 85, 87 between green and yellow. What about you?
Uh, yeah, I think for production, I'm just gonna say 88.
For sure.
Between yellow and green because I think like mostly it sounds good. That low end issue could be fixed. I also this isn't really a criticism, but I liked at the end the way that that sort of hi hat and like clap thing or snare or whatever
Yeah,
felt. It was very like in my brain.
it was.
um,
I thought that too. Yeah.
yeah, it was cool. I was like, is the top of my head vibrating right now?
Yeah,
It's
it
that
like
weird
made
sensation.
you move to it. It was very pumpy. I could hear
Yeah,
the compression going with
it's
it.
cool. All right,
So,
track total.
fuck man, this probably is around a 69. I feel like that naturally is the score for me. So I'm at 69 between green and yellow. What about you?
Uh, oh, that's where you're at.
Yeah.
I think overall, I'm going to say like 82 as sort of an average of my scores. I think for
Okay.
what it's supposed to be, it accomplishes those goals pretty well. Just a
Hmm.
couple of minor sort of formatting tweaks, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's cool.
Maybe I'm cursed with the comparison of who they're trying to
Probably.
emulate. Because I'm a
Probably.
big fan of XXX Tentacion. I really am. So,
Yeah, yeah, I feel
um,
that.
but yeah, like not like it was bad. I just yeah, I think 69, 70. I think that's where this fits, which is pretty good. And I wish more luck. I'm glad to hear that it's getting some success, and I'm looking forward to more music from you. So that's cool. But
Indeed.
cool. All right, sweet. So yeah, Gowie. Oh wait, no, I see it now. So Gowie submitted twice, and then Joker had submitted a new song. But
Yeah.
yeah, the queue looks like so. We just did Zilla. Jokerhead's next. Doc OF, Reg Mason, Gowie, and then Jokerhead again. So Jokerhead, you are next right now. Unless somebody tips using that tip button, $5 to skip. You'll go to the front of the queue. We'll get you in right now. Otherwise, we'll do it in that order that I read. Um, Jokerhead, we have Ultraviolence and we have Bad Jester. Which one do you want us to do? And shout out Maine, we just got your submission as well. Um, but yeah, say what's up in the chat if you're here. Lucko Music, is that you? What's up, Lucko? This is Maine. Hey yo, hey, all right, cool.
Woo.
Um, yeah, so I don't know if you guys heard, but there's Jokerhead, Doc OF, Reg Mason, Gowie, and then Maine. We have 5 people. I don't know if we can get. I doubt we can get to all of them. So if you want a tip to skip right now, we'll get you $5 minimum. Right now, we'll review your song. So let us know if you're gonna do it. If not, we'll do it in order of submissions. Jokerhead, which song do you want us to do?
Da da
Ultraviolence
da. Ye
or
will.
Bad Jester?
He's in the chat.
Yeah,
What's
he
it
is in the
gonna
chat.
be? Ultra.
He wants to do it. He wants to. I need to finish it.
You need
Bro,
to throw it in the. What
which
did we say? Take it behind the bar and barn.
yeah, Old Yeller. What is it? Lassie. All those guys.
Mm,
Uh,
don't do that to Lassie.
no, Lassie had it coming. So,
Lassie's a national treasure.
well, she was until Joker had fucked her up. So it is what it is. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding. There's a huge history with the song in our stream specifically. I think this might be like literally the 10th version. And, I'm all for trying to get to the end product, right? And like improvement continuously. But there was a point, and it was probably around version 6 of 10. No, maybe 5, where we are like, Jokerhead, this is so close. Like, just do like these minor tweaks, very minor, and I think it'll be a passable song. I think it'll be great. You should release it. And Jokerhead just like does a complete 180 remix of it, and we're like, no. And then from then on, it just like has been a completely new song every time.
Yeah, it
And I
goes in
don't,
some interesting directions.
yeah, and I don't know what Jokerhead's been trying to do with it. And then he'll like occasionally drop one of his other songs that he's working on, and we're just like, oh my god, this is like infinitely better. Like, dude, just like sometimes you might just have to like just
Move
shed it,
on to the next one.
yeah, put it somewhere else, man, and then just make the other music that you're really good at making. So it's like we'll see how it goes. Jokerhead looks like a
We're
completionist.
gonna listen to it. We're gonna see what's
This will give you
changed.
goosebumps, huh? Oh yeah, in the good way or the bad way?
Okay,
Like,
but this is the last time that we're listening to Ultraviolence.
damn, really? You're gonna cut him off? This is
Yeah,
the
well, I
first
mean, he's got another one
ban?
in the queue.
No, I know, but is this like the first ban of a song?
Yeah.
Has it come to that? We're making history right now, Jokerhead.
Oh, by the way, we might as well mention because maybe we'll be able to ban tracks like this too. But we've been working on for a while some stuff outside of just the stream, which is an actual web platform called
Yep.
FastTrack, and that's in the chat fasttrack.studio. The sort of future goal for that is to allow you to manage your music projects, to have different versions of project files, to share those with collaborators, to set due dates and reminders. That's sort of the project management stuff. And then also to get feedback from industry professionals in like a detailed visual way, kind of like we do here, but even more referenceable later. And again, people that are in your industry or your genre and have the sort of expertise that you're looking for or that you might not have. So curious, do a little bit of a real time poll here. Uh, do either of those like ring more of a bell to anybody here? Like, if you were to need either of those right now, would it be feedback from like industry professionals in like a platformized way that's not us, or the ability to like have different versions of project files and share them with people and set like reminders and due dates for tasks to do on your music projects?
Mhm.
Let us know. A for feedback, B for project management stuff. Type it in the chat.
Yeah. Sorry, I got Jokerhead talking about ass, and that's my fault. I'll
Oh God.
take that. Yeah, guys, let us know. I think we could do polls and chats, so we could do this like more often
Oh
with
really?
the subsequent streams as well. But yeah, A for you said feedback
Yeah.
marketplace, or B project management.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, we're literally building this platform right now, and it's like it's trying to help you guys. It's trying to help us, like me and my band, for example. Like we like to manage like all of our different projects that are going on. But yeah, it's like which one do you guys think is more exciting? Let us know. Sign up for the beta if you think it's interesting. The link is in the chat there. Website fasttrack.studio. We are actively working on it. It's actually our main thing. The stream is just a ploy. Uh, no, not really.
Deploy.
Kind of. We're trying to test out our ideas on the stream with the people and build a community and stuff. See what you guys want. So this
Yeah.
part of it. But yeah. Also, it's to give feedback to people's music and to listen to people's music. We love listening to new artists. So
Yeah.
cool.
And also we will in like probably a couple weeks actually be transitioning from the Google form and that bullshit to a better, simpler version on the Fast Track platform. So
Yep.
you'll be able to actually see the queue finally. So you'll be able to see where you are exactly at any given time. You can skip the queue on there, so then you can jump ahead, and you can sign up for the early version of the platform. So then you can see your track that you've submitted and all of that stuff. Reuse your information when you submit again to make it faster.
Mhm.
So lots to come on that. Do we have to set up a poll? Is that like an involved thing?
I try to figure out, and yeah, I don't know how to do it, but I know it's a common thing. So,
Yeah.
um, but I guess we could like I guess just do the next song and then figure it
Yeah,
out.
yeah, for sure.
So, all right, guys, without further ado, Ultraviolence featuring Lana Ray Dell. That's wrong.
Ultraviolence
Um,
version 2700.
Work in progress in a long time. Yes, it is. Wait, is this public? You posted it public. There's
The
people commenting on it.
Ultraviolence?
Yeah.
Seriously? Is this this is my
Introducing
Oh
Wheatley
god.
American Vinyl.
Sorry,
All
there's an
right.
ad.
Okay, I was like, you ready? Dim the lights, Chris. This track is deep. I'm
Uh,
fucking. I. If this is like the version that's finished, I'm excited for it. But
I think it got shorter.
442 is okay. That's the testament to
I
what
think it used to be like 7,
previous
wasn't it? It was really long before.
terrible. All right, you ready?
All right, let's do it.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Jokerhead. That kick is miles louder than anything else.
The first snare doesn't have reverb on it. The second one does.
Dude, that first snare has like a video game vibe, but I kind of like it.
Yeah, 2 and the 4 snares are different.
It's cool. That stereo feels good. I lost the beat. There's a big sound here. Big sound. I like that. Nice, nice, nice.
Says he's deaf.
This one will sound better than the first one.
Mono. I like that stutter effect.
Yeah.
Little dissonance there, but saved it. A lot of high frequency content. Yeah, the centerness of everything is, I think, also kind of a lot of high mid directional. Bass sounds good here. There's so much in that mid range.
Right there, the vocals is about like steps forward. I think
Yeah,
this was
yeah.
steps forward monumentally.
I
We
agree.
might unban this track. What do you
We
think?
might.
Jokerhead, I swear though, if so,
Don't
I
fuck
have
it up.
very subtle stuff here, very subtle points. Do not throw the baby out of the bathwater and have a new baby. Do not kill the baby,
No more
please.
babies, Jokerhead.
Do not, do not permanently disfigure this baby.
Yeah.
It looks promising. There are some issues with it, but this is like, yeah, it's like monumental steps forward. Like, congratulations. Let's just say that there. Congratulations, Jokerhead.
Yes, I
Um,
agree.
I no longer hate this saga. So
This saga.
if
Turned
you
it
come
around.
back, if you come back with like a fucking 180 different song, booty core kind of song,
Nope.
we're gonna ban the song.
That genre will not be on Fast Track.
Yeah, unfortunately for yeah. No, no,
Yeah.
no ass here. But okay, vibes. What do you got?
Yeah, no,
What's up, Vondi? Out.
Vondi, you sent
Big bar
it
gay
looks like,
raps
yeah,
for
Dig Bar
big.
Gay Raps for big guys. If you
That's
can
funny,
send that
but
in the
yeah,
stream form if you are serious, then
yeah,
that would be great. But yeah, okay, so Jokerhead. Yeah, big this is definitely a step forward. I actually think
shout out to Lucko Music too, giving that feedback. Good stuff.
yeah,
Anyways,
yeah, for sure. I agree with a lot of that. It's this is kind of something we've seen before, where you've just got so much happening in that upper mid range frequency shelf
yeah,
that like it just there's just a lot of clashing, and it's a little bit hard to like listen to at
yeah,
some points because it's so shrill. Now, I still don't know. I never remember if you've told us this. This would be useful for the platform too. If we could see what gear people are using, that would be great
yeah.
because I'm curious what speakers you use. I thought you did say you use headphones. You maybe even mentioned ATH M50s, which is interesting, but I'm surprised if that's the case that you wouldn't be able to hear all of that high end, yeah, all headphones, all that high end stuff. Were you using a different pair of headphones for your main mixing? I can't remember. You're using these and you can't hear how much buildup there is? If
Yeah.
that's the case, oh, you said no. Yeah.
It's classic Jokerhead.
Yeah.
It's in his name, Josh. Don't let him get in your head.
That's true. Very true.
Yeah.
Um, Joker head because the ears are there. Is that what it's about?
Jokerhead, get it? Because he is obnoxious? No, just kidding.
Oh my god. Hey, don't be mean. He's our stream friend.
No, man, I love Jokerhead. I love ultraviolence. Yes.
Yes. But well, anyway, okay, same headphones. So I'm not sure, like,
Follow Jokerhead.
we've noticed this trend over time where there just tends to be a lot of high-end content, a lot of clashing up there. I would suggest if it helps you, just rely a little bit more on like a one of those like mix analyze like an EQ, analyzer where it's just any EQ basically that shows you what's happening in your frequency range, and just try to make it so you only have like one or two tracks, if not maybe three, that have any significant amount of content in that high mid to high range, and then like eliminate the ones that don't, or like just low pass them and get rid of all that stuff because it becomes very hard to listen to. I think that's the main issue with this track. I think actually a lot of other stuff you're doing quite well now. So I would say like, and just sort of foreshadowing content, don't change anything arrangement wise. I think the arrangement on this is what it should be for this track. I think it makes sense. I think the length is fine for what it is. It's a little bit long, but it's kind of like always been a little bit of a saga, an extended thing it kind of goes on, has many sections, whatever, many vibes. But yeah, I would say like don't change anything with the arrangement, the content. Maybe just work a little bit on de-harshening the mix, if that's a word, because it's a little bit shrill still. But I mean, what do you think otherwise, Chris?
Sorry, I'm being a chat idiot right now with everybody. There's a guy named Larry Lobster that's posting his songs in here too.
Larry Lobster.
Larry the Lobster is here in chat. So use our link, bruh.
Dude, I've always
Um,
wanted to meet
we
Larry
got
Lobster.
we got a queue. All right, we got a queue. Dude, there's like these SpongeBob like rap remixes that are amazing
Oh
by
yeah.
Godwin. Oh my god.
I've heard about
Anyways, what is happening? Highlight my message 100. What is? are you like giving us bits? Is that what it is? We are not Twitch people. We don't know what's
Yeah, what
happening.
is that?
There's like little points or something.
God.
I don't.
Can we
I don't.
disable all that?
I don't know, man. I think they give us like 1 cent per 1,000 points or something. It's like
Oh,
crazy.
that's
But
interesting.
yeah, I don't know. But anyways, what are we talking about? Ultraviolence. I see vibes. Yeah, there is some.
Fighting over synthesizers.
What level is this at, Jokerhead, in terms of like your mixing and mastering stage? Because I see in the comment in your SoundCloud it says, "Oh, I'm working on a mastered version right now," so I'm not taking it as like the final master. So use this feedback that Josh is giving you and people in the chat are giving you because I think it's very valid. I do think there's a very a kind of crispness to everything that's in the mix right now, and it just builds up in the high frequencies to be kind of sharp and a little bit grating to listen to over time. I don't think it's terrible, and I think it's pretty fixable in mastering, perhaps. But if you could fix it at the mixing stage, that'd be probably best, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Bro,
yeah,
is it actually version 28? I literally guessed that it was 27.
yeah. I mean, before he was like version 1,000, so I don't know what version it was, but
True.
version 28. So, yeah, yeah, vibes. Yeah, this is like very close. I think from a strictly kind of content, kind of uh like artistic kind of journey. I think that first breakdown with the where the vocals first come in and like all the drums drop away, it seems like the vocals are like out of time. So at that point, like usually like during like a breakdown or something, I could still like keep the tempo in my head and just kind of like anticipate what's happening and still get into a groove with whatever melody you're laying down. But it just was completely lost with that first vocal introduction. And I don't think that's what you want. I didn't really quite get anything from that first vocal introduction. I almost say that you might not even need it. The second time the vocals came in though was fantastic. I love that. I think could even come in earlier. It'll shorten down the entire length too because I do think it's too long. Um, the build up to the vocals I think is cool, but it felt like a little anticlimactic by the time it got there. It was like what 3 minutes before that ultraviolent part starts happening. 2:34 before that like main part. I think it's like one of the coolest parts of the song, and I have to wait that long through a not so good section to get to it. So I guess I'm kind of hyper focusing on content, but I think that might be mostly my biggest, and it's a small problem, Jokerhead. Subtle. um yeah, but I think that's like the biggest focus of me because I think production wise, I think it's not too bad. I actually loved a lot of the sounds that you had. That snare, Gowie Music donated. Shout out, Gowie Music donated $1 though. We have a $5 minimum. I'll let Josh decide what we want to do with that. But like, appreciate you. We love it. Yeah, so those are like the first kind of impressions. Joker, these are like 10 steps forward from the last mix. So proud of you. Love you. Thank you for submitting. But yeah, my main tweaks are mostly just those kind of content points. I think it's too long. Um, I want that coolest part, the ultraviolence part, to be happening sooner. And I don't think you really need that first vocal breakdown. I'd be totally fine if you got rid of it, to be honest. A lot of the melodies you're doing were cool. You do use a lot of dissonance, which Lucko pointed out, and we're kind of used to from your music at this point. But I think it was kind of tastefully done this time. I don't think it was too much. So, yeah, all that kind of adds into my vibes. I'm walking away from this song knowing its history. I'm pretty happy. So, overall, my score as an objective song now, it's not all the way there yet, but I'm liking where it's going. So how could I not give Jokerhead a 69 between green and yellow at this point? And Josh figured out the poll fire. So
I
answer
think I
that poll.
did. Yeah. Did you see it somewhere?
Yeah, I just saw it.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm at a 69. All that to say, Jokerhead, you got a 69. What do you got, Josh? Did
That's
you give
for
a score?
Is that for
Vibes, yeah.
vibes? Yeah, I think again, leagues above where it was before. I think like the arrangement mostly makes sense now. Maybe there's a few sections that take too long or whatever. And the mixing kind of harshes the vibe a little bit.
Yep.
Because it's a little bit harsh, literally, to listen to. Um, but it's kind of cool. Like there's a lot of cool effects you're doing with the stuttering and some cool like drum patterns. I think a lot of your sounds are pretty good. Um, I'm gonna say I'm just gonna be the good guy and say 70
Yep.
between yellow and green for vibes.
I submitted and I could finally hear the stream. What's up, Ace and Deuce? You submitted already? Let's see. Yeah, we
Oh,
got you.
yeah,
Fire.
we got you in there.
Yo, Lukho. How do we pronounce it? Luke. No, it's not. How is it? Wait,
Luco?
Luke O music. Oh, Luke O. Okay, okay. I thought it was just Luke. Okay, okay. Luke O. Got it. All right, for sure. What did we say? Lucko?
I don't know.
Forget.
By the way, all the folks that are in the queue now, we've got a pretty big queue right
We got
now.
a sausage fattening queue, bro.
We only have limited time. We have like 45 minutes left, and we
We
do
only
about
have so
15
much
minutes.
sausage.
Yeah,
You
we
know.
give like 15-minute feedback to each track, so it can be detailed enough.
Yeah, people like Jokerhead submit us 5-minute songs, so it's like,
Yeah,
do the math.
yeah.
Okay.
So we've got a lot. We've got one,
Doc
two,
OF, we
three,
got Reg
four. Yeah,
Mason, Gowie, we got Maine, Luco, and then Ace and Deuce.
six. So we'll probably only get to three, if that. So if you are
And
at
we
the end
get
of
to
that,
everybody's song that we submit. It's just we can't get it all in one night. Typically,
yeah,
we
when
we
we
end at
stream
7.
weekly.
Yeah, we end at 7:30 Central. So we do it in order to be fair of when people submit. But we do have an option for you guys to skip the queue because we understand people have deadlines. $5 minimum get you reviewed right away, especially for works in progress because people have deadlines. So yeah,
Yes.
it's there. If not, we'll get to you next week when our stream goes live again. So
Hmm.
yeah, but anyways, okay. So
Content.
content. I kind of went in on it already. Do you have anything to add?
Uh, yeah. I mean, again, I like this arrangement a lot better than the previous
Gowie Music
versions.
donated $4. We got you. All right, bro. He's
Hey,
up.
let's go.
He's up.
Okay, so you'll be
Appreciate
up
you.
next, and then still, if anybody else wants to donate, you can still guarantee a slot for this stream if you do.
Yep.
So that's where we're at. Uh,
Be like Gowie. We love Gowie.
Ace, if you're not gonna tip, you can come back next week, and we're still gonna review your track because it's in the queue now. So
I won't be here to see you. Yeah, yeah. Just come back next week. And we'll
follow
we'll
us
do it.
on Twitch, or you can join our Discord, and it will tell you when we go live as well. We'll put that in
Your
the
track
chat.
is literally 40 seconds long. Man, this guy tipped us for 40
40
seconds.
seconds
This
long.
guy. I hope that we
Damn.
can give yeah, just make sure that we can give you your bang for your buck, man. Let us know what you want us to listen for. And we got people in the chat that can give you feedback as well. But
Yes.
yeah, let's get to it. So content, where else were you saying?
Yeah, so then again, arrangement good. A lot of your sounds I think are good. A little bit weird, maybe it's partly a production issue, but how that snare on like 2 or equivalent to 2 was different than the snare on 4, where it's like the first one was super dry, it sounded a little bit quieter almost, and then the second one had a little bit of subtle reverb on it. That was kind of confusing, so I would probably just make those sound a little more similar to each other. Even if they both had that sort of shorter room type reverb that you had, and the second one had a long tail reverb in parallel, like that potentially can work. It's just when one is super dry, no processing at all, and the other one's got a little bit of spatialness to it, it's kind of like feels like something is wrong or a mistake was made. So other than that, aside from the stuff that Chris mentioned about getting to sections fast enough, I liked the arrangement and content. If I were assessing this sort of neutrally without having ever heard it, I probably would think it's a little bit long still,
Yes.
and wonder if all the sections that kind of just go on and on and on would be worth listening to.
Yeah.
So that's going to detract as well. But
Yeah.
did you give thoughts on content or score yet?
I gave thoughts a lot of thoughts already. If I could give you actionable advice, I think that ultraviolence part is really cool. I think you could even use that. I think as the first buildup. Um, like put that ultraviolence part where the first buildup is, and then just build up into a crazy drop, and then finish the song. Like, because right now, as it is, I feel like you're saying, okay, the ultraviolence part is the coolest part. That's the climax. I want to build up to that, but I don't feel like it is a high enough high to get me excited. In fact, when it starts, when it comes in, it feels like a buildup to me, but it's already happening at 2 minute 30 seconds. That's way too late to have an epic buildup. So scrap that first vocal idea because it's not working. Put the vocal idea you have secondly first, so then I can get to that cool part faster. It makes me want to listen, and then just do something crazy for like the drop. And you're doing some cool
Chris,
synth stuffs already. What?
I'm really worried that you're giving him too many ideas and he's going to change everything around now.
I'm really, but I
I don't think
want to
it's
make
worth
this
it. I don't think it's
as
worth it.
actionable as possible. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but it's like I feel like with Jokerhead, I need to make it as narrow as possible. Do
Yeah,
this,
it's true.
Jokerhead. If you do not do this, if you come back and it's fucking different, I'm gonna be pissed off.
Yeah.
Okay. But like that's
I
just a
think it's
suggestion.
passable. I think like
Yeah.
it might be a little long, but I do think it's passable now. And I
Mhm.
honestly don't. I have low confidence that if you try to change stuff too much, that it's going to turn out better than this did. So I think it's
Damn.
going to get changed around, and we're going to have another situation like we did a few months ago. So
I really hope not.
I
It's
don't
like
know.
literally Joker. Just, just take it and like move that. Okay, but
Did he say we're
that's my.
credited on the song now?
You guys are credited. We
It's
should be at
funny.
this point. We
Yeah.
How many man hours have we put into this?
Oh
No, I'm just
man.
kidding. I want that royalty check. But anyways, content. How could I not? I feel like it's also at 69. Like Joker Red might just like do this on purpose because that's where my score is between
Yeah.
yellow and green.
I'm gonna say 72, so you don't change anything.
Production. What do you got?
And then yeah, for production, it's mainly just that it's kind of harsh and shrill, and I think was it Luco's suggestions about the sort of spatializing things and taking some of that mid range out to the sides instead of right in the middle could help. It could help free up space for the vocal and also just make the track feel wider and less crowded in that center stage. That is doing something with a stereo spreader, subtly. That's always the key here. Could help with both those issues, but also like you probably should EQ out some of the crazy high end, and like there's a lot of sort of distortion happening that's leading to more high end and high mids. So just see if you can make it less harsh. Like ask somebody else. Use reference tracks and see what the difference is in sort of frequency spectrum. There's lots of ways you can compare the spectrum of two tracks. Even if you bring one into your DAW and then look at the EQ curve over time of both, you'll see like that big difference, and you know where to make adjustments. So yeah, that's where we're at. And I'm sorry I can't make a cameo on your track. I don't think.
Do it. Please do it.
God, do I
Jokerhead,
have to be Lana?
Jokerhead, where the fuck would that fit on the next version? Where would it fit?
I think I'm gonna be Lana because he doesn't have the rights for her voice.
Yeah. Guys, that poll is running out, by the way. Remember, as a reminder, we're building a product, FastTrack.studio. Boom. We're working on feature sets right now. Um, one is to be getting feedback from professionals in a marketplace kind of setting, um, or by managing your projects, uploading different versions like timestamp comments, all that stuff. Let us know which one you think is more uh, attractive to you as
Oh,
users.
yeah.
Anyways,
Just to give context, I feel like it's pretty easy to imagine the project management stuff. The feedback marketplace would be like you can get visual feedback on your track, so you could see like the waveform, and then somebody can add like timestamped comments to it that are like
yep,
categorized. So
that's
easily
true. Yeah,
see if it's like good to go or redo, like we do kind of here. But again, from people in your genre that have expertise, say in mixing or songwriting or whatever it is. So that's just kind of some context there. But yeah,
yep,
please just vote in the poll. There's more than two of you. Only two of you, I think, have answered it. There's more of two of you in the chat. So just go answer it, whichever one you think you'd potentially use, and that would be very helpful for us. And
yep,
depending on what you answer, might influence what we build. So it's literally like you have nothing to lose by selecting an answer.
yep.
And the poll ends probably in like a minute or two or something like that.
Yep. Anyways, production score. What are you at? I'm at. I feel like it's also around 69. Um, it's just like I could tell it's not mastered yet. There's some problems, at least EQ wise. You talked about reverb, and Luco talked about reverb too. I think it's like 75 for me. I
The
think a lot
only
of the sounds sound pretty solid though.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna well for me, I think production was the issue that needs the most work. I
What's
think
up, Hazibu? I see.
I'm probably gonna say 65 between yellow and green for production.
Fair.
I just think that harshness doesn't pass. Like if somebody's listening to that alongside other stuff that sounds normal. Okay, three of you voted. That's good feedback. It looks like the people who voted prefer the project management stuff,
Yeah.
which
Take one away because I voted for that too.
oh, bro, you're not supposed to be
Dude,
biased.
as soon as I like clicked it, I was like, "Oh, this is funny. I can like stop clicking it,"
Oh.
but I couldn't cancel it, so my bad.
I
My bad.
see. I was gonna say, oh, well, it's interesting because we've done Instagram polls where people answered the other way, so
Yeah,
it must just be different. This isn't a super large set either.
yeah, yeah.
But anyways, yeah, thanks for that. We
What do
should
you
do
mean by
polls more
feedback
often.
from experts? 12 times winning producers. I mean that would be like the end goal for sure. But where it would start, Like we'll try to get
It,
people in our network. It mostly be people that own studios that do this for a living,
yeah,
right?
like people who regularly work with artists doing the thing that you're getting feedback on. So if you're
Yeah,
getting songwriting feedback, like somebody who offers songwriting services,
yeah.
and it's we will vet all of them too. So we're gonna place focus on finding good people in each of the different areas and
I
covering
just
the
voted on the
bases.
answer that votes. Wait, you could see
Oh
the
God,
answer that votes.
that's
Oh, I
dumb.
ruined the poll. Oh
Why?
no,
Why
because
did?
when I voted, you couldn't see anything, so that means I was probably the first vote, and so I voted the
Oh,
music
you
project
voted right at the
management.
beginning.
Yeah, and then Gowie was like, "Oh, I only voted for the one that had votes."
Okay, well,
I tainted the
anyways.
whole thing. I'm sorry,
Well,
guys.
okay, if anybody has thoughts in the chat, like,
Let us
write
know.
them.
Yeah,
Do you have a use for having deadlines and project management stuff? Would you actually use that?
yeah,
And same thing for feedback. Do you want feedback from industry professionals? Would you like pay a little bit for that?
yeah,
These are all questions. So,
yeah. Sorry,
yes.
we've been promoting mad on Jokerhead song. We're sorry about
Yeah,
that.
sorry, Jokerhead. Well,
Um,
it's give and take. We've done a lot for this track as well.
Real is I don't make music. What are you talking about, Ace and Deuce? What are you doing here? What do you mean?
Whose music did you send us?
Yeah, I don't know. But okay, overall track total, bruh, this is literally a 69 to me. I have to agree with Gowie. It's just a center around my natural scores too. So
Yeah.
Jokerhead, who else but Jokerhead? He might be optimizing for that score. But yeah,
True.
what do you got?
Interestingly, my scores happen to average out to about 69. So
Jokerhead, you're doing this on purpose.
that's where we're at.
Do his track, appreciate it. I mean, we'd love to, but we got a system. We got a system.
We do got a
We
system.
can't we can't skip everybody else in line, bro, because Joker had said so.
Well, we've got Gowie, because Gowie did skip to
See,
tip to
Gowie
stip.
can. Yep, hell yeah, baby. In this capitalism world, let's go, baby. Gowie
Yep.
goes straight to the top.
Let's do it. Thank you,
Fire
Jokerhead, by the
away.
way. And yeah, maybe just do some minor tweaks if you
Minor!
feel up to it, or some mixing stuff, and then send it. Just get it out there
Send it, bro. For
and
real.
go to
Like
the
it's
next one.
so close. Please don't do anything crazy. Please don't do anything. Like he
Yes.
changed the entire Sonicscape the last time, and it was just like, okay, infuriating. But okay. Gowie, featuring MCAD. It's about 40 seconds. He wants us to talk about, I think he said, how to continue the song was one of them. Please remind us what you kind of want feedback for. Maybe ideas on extending the track, what I've already produced. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, it is for.
When I enter the rave, it's clear. Turn big DJs to a dangerous smear. My man, then we're meant to be here. You'll know our names by the
Hey,
end of the
UK Garage.
year. When I enter the rave, it's clear. Turn big DJs to a dangerous smear. My man, then we're meant to be here. You'll know our names by the. When I enter the
Wow.
rave, it's clear. Turn big DJs to a dangerous smear. My man, then we're meant to be here. You'll know our names by the end of the year. When I enter the rave, it's clear. Turn big DJs to a dangerous smear. My man, then we're meant to be here. You'll know our names by the end of the year.
Dude, this
Dude,
sounds awesome.
does sound really cool. It's
This
super tight.
sounds so tight. Nice
That was a
swing.
good ending right there. If you keep that in the
Dude,
full version as the ending, that's like golden.
trying to like rewind. Oh my god, that little switch up where it's like shoo shoo and it goes boom boom boom.
Where
That was so cool. In the middle where it drops out.
You'll know our names by
17.
the. When I enter the rave, it's clear. Turn big DJs to a.
yeah, that's cool with those
That's
chorus.
so cool. So cool. I think you know how to extend it, but like
Yeah,
yeah, it's
it,
awesome.
it seems like you know what you're doing.
I don't mean to be rude. Is that like chubby Quentin Tarantino on a
Oh my
dirt
god,
bike or is that
I
like
see it a little
Br-
bit.
British Ted Cruz on
It's
the
giving me a little bit of like quick maths vibes.
Quick Maths? What do you
Yeah.
mean? What's that guy's name?
Yeah. What is his
I
name? I
forget it,
forgot.
man. Men's not hot.
Yeah.
That guy. But anyways, that definitely doesn't look like Men's not hot. That looks like Quentin Tarantino to me
A
for
little
sure.
bit like a younger
But
version of him.
what? Men's not hot. First of all, the guy's black. Like this guy is not
No,
black.
not the artwork, the sound.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, it's got
Yeah,
that UK grime,
exactly.
UK garage type
That's
beat.
a genre on Fast Track. Both those are.
Oh, UK grime, I love it. Piers Morgan,
Mhm.
I can hear that. Actually,
Oh my
absolutely,
god,
that's me, filthy Brit, bro. I didn't mean to like roast or anything. Okay,
that's funny.
but
Big
yeah,
Shack, Big Shack.
you look like a couple celebrities that I know. So, Big Shaq, that's his name.
That's the
That's
guy.
right. This was awesome, man. Did you do the vocals too? I think I do have a maybe a little bit of feedback on in terms of the vocals. I like the idea a lot. I think the delivery could just be a little more confident. It might be pretty cool to pitch it down even, um, to give it like a real bassy kind of. I think that'd be cool. That could even be like a cool switch up. Like if you want to drop that later, like into the song. Um, but yeah, whoa, this is really cool. This is
Yeah.
a really nice start. Yeah. Do you have anything for vibes?
Yeah, I mean, I love these kind of like intricate, like arranged tracks where there's just like there's no pauses, even like to the eighth note, right? It's like everything is filled in with something, everything's intentional, and it's just very well balanced, and it's also like well mixed for where it's at. I think it seems like it even might be well mastered. I'm not sure
Oh
if you
shit,
like
Luco, skipping the line, $5. We got it. Thank you very much.
skipping the queue. Let's go.
Sheesh.
Um, but yeah, it is like very. I can't believe it's 40 seconds. There's a lot packed in here. Like
It was
I,
awesome.
I'm sort of curious. Like what is it that you want feedback on specifically? Because
He said
to
how to
my
extend it.
ears,
He said how is it produced right now, and then what would you change, and then how to extend it, like ideas on extending the track.
yeah, that's tough. I mean, there's a lot to absorb here for how short it is, but also it's like, what do you want it to be like? Like, there's so many possibilities. I think with this that you could go into with extending it. I think the only thing you have to worry about is
He
not
said I
making
think
it
it needs a
feel
rewind.
a
Sorry.
rewind.
Yeah, I'll just play it again. Yeah, if you want to, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
40
we can
seconds.
play it again. I don't. It's 40 seconds.
Yeah, do you want to do it again? I
Yeah,
love the
let's
song.
do it. They're
So,
so dense.
all right, ready?
Yeah.
Three, two,
with dangerous
one.
speed.
Fuck.
When I enter the rave, it's clear. Turn big DJs to a dangerous smear. My man, then we're meant to be here. You'll know our names by the end of the year. When I enter the rave, it's clear. Turn big DJs to a dangerous smear. My man, then we're meant to be here. You'll know our names by the.
Oh God, there's so much
When I
stuff.
enter the rave, it's clear. Turn big DJs to a dangerous smear. My man, then we're meant to be here. You'll know our names by the end of the year. When I enter the rave, it's clear. Turn big DJs to a dangerous smear. My man, then we're meant to be here. You'll know our names by the end of the year.
Okay.
I think you should definitely expand on that little chord part. Like maybe not right now, like where
Yes.
it's
No,
at, but like
I
later in the
agree.
song, expand on that chord part, and then let it just be kind of like no kick or anything,
Yeah. Yeah.
and like a kind of like a build up. I think that'd be cool.
That
Uh,
was my first thought. Is like you need it's after this at some point a section that's more like like a verse. That's just a little more low key and quieter,
and the
and
homie
that
spitting, yeah,
that keys like patch part whatever could be a really good basis for that. I think because it's
yeah,
it's such a contrast and it's also just like such ear candy. That I think would be great. And then you can go back into this. And like honestly, as long as you've got transitions that are keeping things interesting and sort of variation throughout, if you just use that as a basis for like a verse and then come back into this as a hook, you'll be fine for like a,
yeah.
high twos, like 3 minute ish song. It'll be golden, I think. So it's
Dude,
it's
it could also be on MCAD to bring like if he brings like a really dope verse to listen to, like you won't have to do that much on
yeah,
like the beat side too, because already the beat is bringing it. You know.
yeah, it is.
So, anyways,
It's definitely a fine line between not overdoing it with whatever you add, like sort of making it a marathon, not a sprint with the track, because it's so dense. You have to be a little bit careful about the listener's sort of energy level or appetite for attention,
yeah,
uh, which is
I
why
guess
we're suggesting having like a more low energy part that sort of simmers along and then it comes back into this. That'll also just make it pop more when you come back into it and help with that fatigue aspect. So yeah, this is like sick. I would be really excited to hear with a verse part like that added.
yeah,
Do you got any
yeah.
thoughts going?
And I was listening back to it. I actually, I think I'm fine with the delivery of the vocals. It might just be that it sounds like there's like weird reverb on it when I'd rather have it kind of up close and tight like
Yeah,
everything else is.
yeah.
Like it just sounds like I don't know if he like recorded it in his room or something or what's
It
happening
sounds
there.
like a reverb, like a plugin, but
Yeah.
I
So
agree. It's a little bit out of place on second listen. Like maybe it's sort of the vocal tone, like EQ on it, compression or whatever. Like maybe
right.
just a little bit of a shift is needed to make it sit a little bit better. Or
This
I
is
kind of
currently a
agree. Like
splice sample. Okay.
okay, interesting. The vocal itself is a splice sample.
Interesting. Yeah. Oh, bruh. If you get like a decent
Oh,
artist on this that can like
okay.
make a decent like hook and verse, like oh, this is gonna be crazy.
Interesting. So I wonder how that will change it though, because that could really like sort of make or break,
Yeah,
right? You have to make sure that that vocal is tracked professionally. So like, ideally not on fucking ear pods, mic in a closet.
yeah,
You gotta like, are you gonna record with MCAD, or are you just gonna have him lay stuff on at his residence or whatever?
yeah.
That's a question.
Are you doing
Uh,
like ye old English for these Brits in the chat, bro?
these Brits.
The King James version.
It's funny.
Anyways, but
Uh,
just quickly, it's the same vibe
that's something I think like the vocalist could super make or break this,
for
right? Because
sure.
if you have a great vocalist, this can be a great track, like really great. Um, Man, that's tough. I almost want to say like, if you can't get a really good vocal, a vocal that matches the quality of this or sort of reaches that bare minimum, like just use the splice sample and like have him on a different track, because this is too good to sort of pass up.
Yeah, don't throw it away. Don't throw it
Don't,
away.
yeah, exactly.
Dude, he has his own little emote. That's fire.
I do
Gowie
hope.
M base face.
Well, so that's, I mean, it's a good mindset too. You're sort of looking out for your your stuff, right? And I think there are cases, to be totally frank, when you might want to feature an artist. Not saying this will happen or anything like that, but like where people might feature an artist that doesn't completely deliver like what is needed, and then kind of goes through with it. Like the sort of amateur method is like you just go through with it because you feel like you have to. The pro method is like a finding like a really good person to do it. Like that's harder, but then making sure you work with them and it's a two-way collaboration, so that if they're not up to snuff with what you're envisioning, you actually workshop it with them and get the best thing out of them. Don't just like send them the track and say put your stuff on, unless they're like really a pro. Even if they are a pro, it's good to have that two-way collaboration to figure out what song you're trying to make and not just be like a sort of cobblestone thing. So yeah, I think you've got the right mindset, and hopefully he delivers on this. So he sounds like a legit dude, and
Yeah.
it may just be the kind of thing where you said he hasn't released music. It's a really good opportunity for both of you to sort of cross pollinate and have a connection to an artist that might be really good. So that's sweet.
I think the genre is UK grime.
It sounds like it.
Gowie, correct me if I'm wrong. Jokerhead, I'm lost with reading your comments, but
Yeah.
appreciate you as always. More like UK Garage. Yeah. UK
UK
Garage.
Garage.
Yeah, I see.
Nice.
Um,
I'm
figured
glad I added that genre like last week.
it's a good genre. Dude, where are we at? Are we on vibes here?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You want to give scores?
I love this song as it is right now, and it's not a complete song, but in terms of vibes, it passed the vibe check for me. I think this is. I'll give it a tentative 90 because the MC could make or break it. So, but it's really good so far, and I think if you have like a either way, if you have the splice sample and work with that, or if you have the guy deliver a cool verse and vocals, this could be purple. Um, so yeah, treat this like it is. It's got a lot of potential. What do you have?
Yeah. Wait, did you go score? Sorry, I missed it.
Yeah, 90. 90
Like,
between yellow and green.
yeah, no, I think I'd have to agree. Like, honestly, this one excites me a lot. I might even say like 92.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. I think it's going places, and it'll be exciting to hear when you add a verse and a vocalist. So
Yeah, the
that's
only
good.
caveat, the reason why I don't give it a full green is because it's not finished, and the vocalist could really make or break it.
Yeah, I think, yeah, sure. I'll say for right now that's my vibe score. It could change once you add stuff, but the content is for me more what's probably going to be unfinished.
20 more than me. Let's see, one.
Hmm?
21 more actually. I was at 69 Jokerhead. Remember? All
Oh
right,
my.
content. What do you have?
It's a whole sub discussion happening here.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, then for content, we've talked
it's
about it, but
crazy.
it's just like,
It's
I
awesome.
think there's lots of ways you can go with this. The more obvious of which is like use that keys part as a basis for a more chilled out verse. And I'd really be curious what you can do with the chord sequence there, because there's some cool chords happening in that short period in the break there. So if you can do some spicy stuff, that would be pretty cool, I think. And other than that, yeah, it's just flesh it out, add that artist in, and we'll see where you're at. You got any other thoughts on content?
I was I did I clicked that I searched up Sammy Virgie and listened to a snip of it while we were talking, and I do think I'll love it. Like shout out for you, thank you for showing me. Um, yeah, this is on content. Yeah, was your score around 90 as well?
I didn't give a score for content yet.
Okay. I agree with what you're saying, and it's pretty much me in the same of vibes. Like I love everything that's going on, even if it's 40 seconds long. When we re-listened to it, I found like new stuff that was like very intriguing to listen to that I loved. It's so dense with good content. Yeah. So I think this is awesome. Caveat: 90 between yellow and green. High 100% potential. Just needs to be finished. So, production, what do you have?
Well, I think so. Score for content because I didn't do that. I think I'm probably
My
gonna
bad, my
say
bad.
eight, like 85 between yellow and green, and that's really just because it's not finished yet.
Yeah.
And it could go any number of ways. It's just it's not all there yet, but I think it's on
It's
a great
hot,
track.
hot, hot, hot. Can't
Yes.
wait.
And then production, I didn't really see any issues aside from that one little thing we said about the reverb on the vocal. It sounded great. It's super snappy and
Yeah.
clear and upfront, and it fits
Crisp.
the purpose. Yeah,
Yeah,
crisp.
I agree. That puts me at 95 between yellow and green.
Yeah, I think I'll say 95 too for
Yeah.
production.
It's like
And
pretty much it.
Luco, you said if everything is green at 100% it's purple. So like
Not
the
necessarily.
categories don't technically have purple. It's just like if the track itself is something we think is super special. Oh my god. If the track itself is something we find like really, above and beyond, something that is like radio ready and we think would do well with fans, then that becomes a purple track. Usually that does mean that all the categories are green or very close with like small caveats. But yeah, so like the best stuff that's ready to go is what is top tier.
Yeah.
Um, and Ace and Deuce, you're still here. But by the way, so hopefully you do come back next week for your track. But I also we were mentioning earlier we're building the stream queue and the submission process into our platform into FastTrack. Again, if we'll put the link in the chat if anybody wants to sign up for the beta, Chris, if you want to drop it in there.
Yes. Sorry.
But that's like we're building essentially the functionalities we talked about with helping you manage your projects and find people to collaborate with and get feedback from. But we're also building the stream into the platform, which means you will be able to see your track in the queue where you're at, and you'll also get email notifications. So if you sign up, you don't by default get pushed to the front of the queue because everyone's going to be using it through the platform. But you can also tip through the platform directly, so it'll make all that stuff a little bit easier. If it was just sign up or whatever, everybody would do it, and then it wouldn't help with the skipping the queue thing because everybody would technically be skipped. So yeah, that's what we're doing. You will get email notified when your track will be up, like the day of the stream, so that will help in the future too. There is a whole sub conversation happening here.
Dude, they're making me laugh today, bro.
Jesus.
I mean, would it help now? No, Ace and Deuce, bro. We can't be unfair to people. We can't. We'd
You mean
appreciate
for
it if
the
you sign up for it, but yeah, like we can't force you.
not for signing up? Yeah. We
Yeah,
also only have time, I think, for one more now. Which did
it's Luco.
anybody? Oh, it's Luco.
Yeah, Luco. We track total. Yeah, this is like 90 with massive purple upside to me. I think this is fantastic.
Yes. Oh yeah, Luco did tip. Okay.
I wasn't sure
Sweet.
if that's why you brought it up, huh? No, true, true. We get you, but yeah, free
Oh,
skip
we
if
just
you
wanted to
didn't
let
get a
you know
chance
that
today.
with the whole thing about reviewing people in the future, that very soon you'll get email notified if you haven't gotten reviewed yet. So it'll make it easier to remember when you're being reviewed.
You sent us £5.
No, he's joking. He's Jokerhead.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I didn't see a notification,
This has
but
happened before. It's not in our thing. So
okay, all
don't
right.
worry, don't worry about it.
In an
Um.
envelope. I was gonna say £5 of what, Jokerhead?
Oh boy.
Whoopee? Is that
Oh
what?
boy. God.
All right. Anyways,
All right.
let's do this. Let's do this. One night, Luco, work in progress.
Wait, did we give track totals?
I gave a 90 with massive purple upside. What about you?
Uh,
Sorry, I skipped over you.
yeah, I think I'm gonna say I'm gonna say 92, just because I think it's got so much potential.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
This is
Like I
sweet.
said, it's purely because it's not done yet. Like
Oh my
this is
god.
fantastic. But
Wow, Gowie, nice advertisement, nice billboard in the chat there. Join Fast Track's Fast Track Pass today. We should call it
nice.
that.
Damn, I was hoping that the red letters spelled something funny, but yeah.
Oh wow.
Send it to me as send it to me. Excuse me, dude. I can't, bro.
Jesus.
I
Someone's
can't. Oh man, the chat's just going way too crazy
I know,
today,
just don't
and
even
like,
read it.
no, I'm becoming like one of them, and then like you'll say something, and I'm like, oh fuck, what did he say? And it's
I
like,
know. I'm
I need to
like,
pay
Chris, where
attention.
are you?
I'm sorry, I'm on Planet Jokerhead right now.
That is good promo.
You ready for Nico Luca?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right,
Is there a
let it.
description?
Yeah, he said it's a cool project with a friend, which is almost finished. I love working on it. Inspiration was Knock 2. I feel like I've heard of Knock 2, but I'm not familiar with their music too much. But all right, cool. Let us know what else you're looking for in feedback at this point of your production. But you ready?
Yep, let's do it.
Nico Luca, one night, 3, 2, 1.
It's burning, but not hurting. You've turned my world right upside down. This flirting, you spin me
Nice
round
sample. Nice sample.
and around. Why is it so hard to admit my feelings? I'm terrified of showing a song.
Oh my god,
But
it's so
every
dramatic.
single moment you're
Yeah.
stealing with your eyes. I guess I like you more than one night.
That's cool.
Nice, nice vibe.
Nice.
Go time in, John. Keep it going. 3/4.
Guess I like you more than. Are you faking, mistaken? I hope that you won't do me wrong. Time wasted, but it's coming strong, so strong.
That's pretty much.
Why is it so hard to admit my feelings? I'm terrified of showing a sign. But every single moment you're stealing with your eyes. I guess I like you more than one night. I guess I like you more than.
Nice.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Autoplay! Autoplay!
Very cool.
Autoplay!
Uh-oh.
My
We
bad. My
hate
bad.
that.
Yeah. Well, I think he gave us a playlist. That's probably what happened. He leaked the whole album to us. Apparently,
Oh, nice. Was that the expectation for us to
I
listen
don't know.
through?
It's a nice marketing tactic. Knock 2 is knocking at your door. Is this Knock 2? Is he like a famous like EDM producer? Because this sounds like kind of mainstream, like at a festival. This is what is it, EDC or something type of
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
And it sounds very professional, by the way. Like, shouts out to you. Yeah. What do you got? Vibes, first impressions.
Uh yeah, I think like overall it's pretty well packaged, and there's a lot of cool stuff you're doing with the vocal throughout, like the formant shifting and all the effects and all of that stuff. I think that's your vocal production is pretty good. Uh it's got like some good builds and drops, and it sort of keeps it moving throughout. I don't know, there's something I can't quite put my finger on it maybe with the production where there's a little bit of a quality of like I feel like just the clarity could be a little bit better. Um,
Hmm.
there's either it's like a little bit of a buildup of like certain frequencies, or you've got a lot of sort of buzzy sounds that
Yeah,
could be part of it too,
I could hear that.
which in some points is okay, but it just feels overall like a very kind of fuzzy mix. There are a lot of parts that I wish were just tightened up, like sounds that weren't so buzzy, because
Yeah,
it just means there's a lot of like sort of like little high frequency buzzing going on essentially.
yeah,
Um, just so you
yeah.
can
If you're not,
separate
yeah,
things out a little bit better and have
exactly.
more space between stuff, especially for like ambient effects, like with reverbs and stuff. Right now, there doesn't seem like there's a lot of room in
Yeah,
between for that. And sometimes it can make a huge difference if just like one very prominent track is changed a little bit in its like frequency footprint,
mm,
or the patch that you're using, or the parameters on it, or just the EQ to take some of that out, or just shift it around a little bit,
yeah,
because everything is an interplay between all the instruments. So
yeah.
that's my main thing. Like it just has a little bit of a sort of veneer on it that feels like not as high fidelity or sort of clear as it could be,
Right.
and that would service the song and the arrangement and like all of the energy builds and everything, I think, a little bit better. Also, I sort of agree. Joker had some funny feedback there. I
But
I do honestly sort of agree that I think if you had different album art that was more like actual album art,
but
it,
yeah, this is his profile picture though.
no, I know that. In a weird way, I do think that album art, when when you're listening, you see it, does affect how you like sort of perceive music.
Totally, totally.
So that might shift the perception. Honestly, it sort of, I came into this thinking this is going to be amateur
Yeah,
because it's like a guy with AirPods in.
yeah.
It's you with AirPods in.
It's a selfie. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a selfie. So like that
But
is
you're
something you
you're a
need to
handsome
know.
guy, okay? But it's like it's a selfie and it's like blown up
It's
on our
black and white.
screen.
Yeah, it's like
You're giving the Riz face. Like you're trying
yeah.
to extend the jawline. Like
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. So that's like a weird not music thing that does affect the sort of listening experience oddly. But I think more so it's just kind of the like there's an extra level that you haven't quite reached with the polishedness of the mix that would make a massive difference for making this come across as professional. Um you seriously have those in right now?
I'm
You
just
haven't
being
been
I'm
wearing
being
those
I'm
the
being
whole
an
time?
asshole right now. What?
You haven't been wearing those the whole time, right?
No, no. I was just
Oh,
copying the guy.
I'm so confused.
I was just copying the guy. I was being an asshole.
I see. Interesting.
Anyways, um, yeah, where were we at? Yeah,
But
I agree with what you're saying. By the way, I just feel like a lot of people kind of boost the high frequency range to kind of make it more clear. But then if everything's boosted like that, it starts to have it just overcrowds that high frequency space. And Josh said it perfectly. It creates like this veneer that just like a high frequency soup. Everything is kind of buzzy and
yeah,
nothing's really clear.
it's just
So
yeah, it affects the clarity and sort of just like the texture almost, right? Like I sort of want like electronic stuff like this to feel like hyper like precise sort of, because you can do that with electronic music, right? You can make instruments that are shaped exactly how you want them to be and have a dynamic mix where like these vastly different sort of frequency or timbral instruments can sort of come in and out of the fray and um, be more of an interplay rather than a soup. So that's kind of what we're getting at, I think, with just the sounds and the mixing.
mm.
But what other thoughts do you have on vibes?
Yeah. Other than that, though, I think I agree with what Josh is saying. But other than that, I feel like this is like pretty close to kind of the standard in EDM. I'm not too tapped into EDM, but like this feels like a classic kind of EDM feel to it. I think you do a pretty good job overall production wise. I think it sounds pretty much professional. The profile picture does make me like take a couple of steps back. Like when I looked at it, I was like, my expectations were blown away because I thought it sounded so professional despite the appearances. So I do agree with what Josh is saying production wise. Very dramatic production. Um, the combination with the vocals, I think for me personally, it might be subjective. I think it might be a little melodramatic, like a little bit too dramatic
Yeah, I can see that.
subject matter, but that's okay. Like this kind of goes back to what Purple is too over here. I think Purple we kind of give it also like a little subjective twist. Like if we really love the song personally, if it's like up our alley and it's also a very well produced like piece
Just
of content.
well crafted all the way around
Yeah,
and like
if it's
ready
well
for the
crafted.
masses, kind of.
If yeah, if it, I would say that is like my green, like good to go, well crafted, good for the masses. I could see a market, and I think it's very well put together.
Yeah,
Purple is like a step above that, where I would like personally like it as
yeah,
well. Um, but yeah, so like I say that from a subjective point of view. I think that might be more of like my kind of bias into it because I think some people might really like it. But yeah, I do think in terms of vibes that added to it, I was like, oh, it feels just a little melodramatic. But at the same time, you have a very big sound and very theatrical kind of movie drums that you put in there that I think is pretty cool. It just might have been a mismatch with what the vocals were doing, but
yeah, a little
yeah,
bit.
but overall, like, yeah, I think it sounds pretty professional. The drop was nice and pumping. This I felt like BCRB here, Josh.
Oh boy, it's always the
Yeah,
last track.
the booty core. It's got to be, and on a Friday, it gets my weekend pumped up. I love it.
Yeah.
Gives me energy. So yeah, vibes here. I think I'm at like 87 between green and yellow. I think it's pretty well done. What do you have?
I think I'll be the bad guy a little bit. I think I'm gonna say it's at 80 between yellow and green right now, between
Sure,
develop and good
sure.
to go. There's a lot of good start here, and I think what's bringing it down really is just those subtle factors, like the sort of mixed timbre and how it comes across, and like some of the packaging, and um, maybe just some of the drama is a little bit over the top at some points. Just sort of really solidifying like what the image that you're trying to convey is, I guess, is what a lot of that boils down to. But yeah, no, it is a great start, and there's a lot that you're doing that's super cool here. That's not easy to do, and is good to go essentially. So that's sweet. Then for content, I think we've kind of been talking about it, but yeah, I don't know. Do you have anything else specific that we haven't talked about in content?
No, I mean, there's a lot to like. Like I said, the drops were nice and pumpy.
Yeah,
Drums sounded really good.
nice builds and risers.
Oh yeah, that little vocal run that I forget how it goes now. I think it's like either a vocal round just like da 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 da, or maybe it goes up. Da, da,
Oh
da,
yeah,
I forget. But every time that came, I thought that was really really cool.
yeah.
There's a lot to like. We kind of zone in on what to do, what can you address criticism wise, but I think there's a lot to like too. So don't forget about that. Like it's a very good, well put together song. It felt longer than it actually was, which might be uh, a sign that it might be a little repetitive, but um, it kind of ended, I think, right where it needed to be. So I'm like happy with the overall length and stuff, the overall kind of journey. Um, yeah, content. I think it's pretty decent. I think around my score as well. Maybe a little melodramatic, so I'll minus a couple points, but 84 between green and yellow. What about you?
Yeah, I could agree with 84 between yellow and green
Yeah.
for sure.
Production.
Yeah, and then production. One thing about those big like sort of movie cinematic like soundtrack drums and all of the
What's
dramatic
up,
parts.
Jet? Yep. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Jet, welcome back. I think it might be advantageous to do a little bit more EQ carving with that kind of stuff because right now that part where those drums are, it feels very build uppy, sort of almost just like low mid build up or general mids build up there. um like I've heard these kind of drums in EDM tracks before and it can work often, but it's usually where there's a lot of like a ton of space needs to be left around those kind of drums, or else they just sound like totally out of place and disjoint with the like electronic stuff that's happening around it. They need their own big space, like you might find them in like a real setting where those kind of drums would be played, you know. And that can be done by eliminating stuff around it, creating stereo space, doing some smart ducking, right, where you're sort of like maybe with a sidechain compressor, lowering other stuff when those big hits come in. That's probably a really good use actually of a sidechain compressor here, or just again doing some EQ carving so that there's less clashing and more space to breathe.
You're talking about the
That's
high frequency space.
no, this is for. Sorry, I know you're responding to all of
Yes.
Jokerhead's messages,
Sorry.
but don't enable him.
Sorry. I'm literally not looking at the chat right now because of it. I get it.
No, I was talking about the cinematic drums, how sort
Got
of
it. Got it.
the mids and the low mids. That instrument just needs space to breathe, to sound like it's in the
Big.
right context, sort of, and to sound big.
Yep.
Uh,
Got it.
it can't be crowded around, or it's not realistic. Like, it doesn't really make sense.
Hmm.
So that's a tip. And then otherwise for production, we kind of just talked about it. Make things a little bit less buzzy, leave more frequency space available, so ambient effects can sort of fill out that space. And it was a little bit, I think, on the loud side due to limiting compression type thing. Like, I had to turn down just 1 or 2 dB.
Hmm.
um, Something to consider. It's You definitely like don't want to waste headroom, but you also want to make sure that if you hit the headroom, that the right frequencies are filling out that space, right? Because you can have a track, as we know, that is very heavy on high end content and is super shrill, that when pushed near the sort of headroom limit is like horrific to listen to, and we have to turn down like 8 dB.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like not safe to just say like, oh well, if I'm at the headrooms, level, and I'm not clipping, then I'm fine. Well, the balance of what you've got underneath there affects how harsh or listenable your mix is at those volumes. So that's a sort of mastering consideration primarily to think about. But yeah, do you have any other production thoughts?
No, I think I agree with everything you're saying. I think it's really close. So I do feel like it has like a professional kind of, not run of the mill. That's like a mainstream like EDM sound to it. I
Yeah.
feel like this could be played loud at a festival, and I agree with Josh. I think the high frequency balance should be a little bit toned down. That way, it doesn't be grating on the ears after a
And
while.
just this, I think the main thing for me to get it to that mainstream quality level is the production, and it's really just a little bit of mix simplification. That's the main thing. If you add more space and make the individual parts stand, on their own a little bit better, make things feel like they're more full bodied, which you can only do when you have less elements in the mix, right? Imagine if you've got sort of like horizontal space, which is somewhat like, stereo field, and then you've got maybe vertical space, which is like the frequency spectrum.
Yeah.
If your horizontal space, just the number of instruments you have in the room, is like way too crowded, probably some of them are going to occupy more like low end frequency, and some are going to be high end. And it's harder to have like a single like unit of space that has both horizontal body and like frequency dominance, right? And so if there's too much stuff, you can't have any instruments that sound full bodied, because everything is taking up some chunk of the adjacent space to that. So by removing, simplifying all of that, you can get full bodied like bass sounds that also have character to them, synths that are full body, that kind of thing, and leave space for the ambience to make it more vibey and less distracting and sort of fatiguing to listen to. So that's just a general sort of tip for pre-production work. But anything else you got on that?
No, I think my score, it's for production. For me, I think it might be one of the higher. Actually, it'll be around the same. I think I'm at 87 between yellow and green.
I think I'll stick with like 84 between
Yeah,
yellow and green.
which that puts me all around. I think 85 between yellow and green. Um, Maybe I'll go a little bit lower, 83. Just the subjective melodrama for me, but
Yeah, yeah,
otherwise, I think this is pretty close to being like done and well packaged and good to go for people to listen to,
yeah.
and I think
It's
I think people will like it.
it's potentially subtle changes that can make a big difference in how professional it sounds and how
Yeah,
enjoyable it is to listen to.
yeah.
Yeah, and I'm at 82 between develop and good to go
There you
for
go.
track total.
Go. And
Sweet.
Joker had said he had feedback on our traffic lights, but I was regretting, or not
On our
regretting.
traffic lights?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was trying to not look at it so I wouldn't be distracted. So he said, "Can I give you feedback on the traffic light? Shitty traffic lights." Excuse me. He said, "What the fuck is yellow? There is no purple light. There is a purple light, but it's not on every category, I guess. Guys, I love it. You need to be harsh and revamp that shitty purple things. Vibes is the same as content. It's a 69 from me." So I think he just wanted to say it's a 69 from me and
Oh,
get us
okay.
back. But yeah, I mean, the purple is just like whether or not we add to the playlist or not, and it's like the subjective point.
Yeah.
What the hell is yellow? Dude, there's a fucking legend right there that says what yellow is. Develop, right? It even kind of rhymes. Yellow develop. It's like yellow develop. It's like crazy.
Yeah,
But anyways,
true.
yeah.
There's some, what's it
We do
called?
want feedback on the system though. If you guys do think it could be better, like let us know.
There's either rhyming or what's it called? Alliteration. Good to
Yeah.
go. Green, good to go. Red, redo. Literally, the
Yes.
word red is in redo, so that's useful. But
So,
yeah, it's the design of that part is going to change a little bit when we're doing it on the platform too. So you can give us feedback on that, but it might even be better because you'll be able to see our literal scores on the screen. So more improvements to come there.
yep, yep. But that's it for this week. Shouts out to everybody. I
Yes.
think we had a in general pretty high scoring week, so good job everybody.
Yeah.
But we
Thanks
still
for
have no purple. No purple. We've been in a
not
drought.
not recently. Yeah.
The,
If you
the
have stuff
last
that you think is really there, is ready to go, then send it to us.
the last purple we rated was in July
Mm.
by Quinn, and then the previous purple was from the same guy. Both of them were works in progress, which was
And
hilarious.
yeah,
And that was in January. So guys, purple is a coveted position. We had a couple of people in chat be like, "I can make that next time I
yeah, yeah,
submit."
yeah.
We'll prove it, bro. We've been
Prove it.
waiting.
It is. I mean, it's nice to get that. I will say that you get more utility out of like feedback on stuff that you're working on. So it's not like the whole goal is just to get purple.
Mhm.
Hopefully, everyone who's gotten feedback today, you found something that was helpful, and you'll be able to make changes and move forward and make even better stuff. Our whole like goal here with the stream and with Fast Track and everything we're doing is there's a lot of people making music and a lot of people releasing music because it's so accessible. It's really hard to make awesome music that a lot of people want to listen to, which I would imagine is everyone's goal. So if you want help trying to make your best music possible and becoming the best artist you can be, that's what we're here for. That's why we're building the platform. If you want to just put the link for the beta in there again,
Yep.
sign up for the beta. It's free to sign up. We're building a platform to help you get feedback from professionals in the music industry on everything that you might need help with in your genre, etc., and other tools for managing your projects, working with people, collaborators, and sort of building your team. So sign up for the beta. It's free. We'll let you know when you get in, and you'll be one of the first users. So that's that. Again, thanks for joining the stream. In just a couple of weeks, like literally a couple of weeks,
Can't wait.
we're gonna be using our platform for the stream submissions, which will make everything better and easier. Make it faster to submit. You'll be able to tip through there, see where you are exactly in the queue, and get email notifications when we're going live or when we've reviewed your track. So there's all that to look forward to, and I think we'll
Yeah,
be
we'll be
back
like,
next week also at 5:30 Central to 7:30 Central time.
yeah, and you guys will be able to like watch our streams from the like the VODs onto
The
our.
previous ones too, yeah,
Yeah, we'll
exactly.
have them time stamped automatically through technology to
Technology.
to your guys' fucking reviews. So it'll
Yeah,
be awesome. It'll be fantastic.
that'll be cool.
But
Yeah, also join our Discord. That's where fun stuff happens, I suppose. Probably announcements and stuff like that and just conversation.
yeah,
Follow us
and,
on
and
Twitch here.
Jokerhead when he's banned from the Twitch chat for some reason. But yeah,
Yes. Follow us on Twitch so you know when we go live again. Follow us on Instagram up there if you want, where we will, make announcements and feature tracks if that happens. If And I think that's all I've got. You got anything else?
nah, bro. I'm sorry. Formal apology to Josh here because I just been one of the peanut gallery,
One of the chatters. I'm
one of
on
the
my own.
nuts, one of the nuts in the peanut gallery. Yeah,
God.
but is what it is. So
All right. Well, thanks everyone. We'll see you next week. Hit us up in Discord, send us tracks, all that, and we'll see you again next week.
yeah, keep making music, y'all.
Have a
Peace.
good one. Peace.